dogs, and the new film, Arthur the King, takes advantage of this.
Meatball? Oh, somebody likes my meatballs? Hey, Paw Patrol, you got a race to win.
This inspirational sports film is a true story about a group of athletes led by Mark Wahlberg who encounter a stray dog during a 10-day, 435-mile race in the Dominican Republic.
This dog right here, the meatballs. 3 days and 200 miles ago.
The dog soon becomes their unofficial mascot and gives them a newfound focus. Wahlberg often balances uplifting stories with his Hollywood blockbusters, and that serves him well. Sure, the first chunk of the movie is all about him, but he eventually defers to his canine co-star for the emotional thrust.
What do you think he went through before he met us?
Whatever it wasn't good.
The first half is the most flawed. The script struggles through tired tropes and cliches as the racing team comes together, overdoing it a bit on their personal motivations.
I raced for 19 years. This is my last chance to win.
But if you're gonna air in a movie, do it early and end with a bang. And sure enough, once the racers bond with Arthur the dog, I was suddenly interested.
This isn't the route on the map.
It's okay. Just follow Arthur.
Yukai, who plays Arthur, is the MVP here. And while the movie hits plenty of familiar beats you've seen in a dozen other dog movies, it hits them quite well.
This dog needs a vet. I don't want you to hurt anymore. He's a fighter.
Arthur the King gets 3.5 meatballs out of 5. I'm Kevin Carr, and that's the way I see it.
Too bad. Maybe worth seeing.
That wraps up our show for this
Maybe we're
Friday,
seeing
March
Arthur.
15th, 2024. America in the Morning is produced by Jeff McKay. Senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trouts. This is Westwood One.
Are you ready for your lucky break? And today is your lucky day. I want to help you. Shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car you deserve. And you can save up to $3,737 based on the price of the car you pick. Plus, my inventory is doubling and doubling over and over. It's me, Matt Parsley, at Budget Car and Truck Sales Montgomery. We've got the biggest selection of nicer, newer cars this side of the Emerald Corridor. If you want a nicer, newer car, Shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car. You can save $3,737. Getting approved is so easy, you'll be dancing a jig. Come on down and get lucky. And you can shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car you deserve. With savings up to $3,777 based on the price of the car you pick. But hurry, this deal is done once. I helped 137 people get lucky. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. Make your own luck at 61 Mendel Parkway, just off Atlanta Highway. BudgetSaysYes.com. That's BudgetSaysYes.com.
Trustworthy, up to date, dependable. We are your news station. News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Tornado on the ground right over the Ohio River.
Police in Ohio are now confirming at least 3 deaths in a sweep of severe weather that's brought twisters, high winds, and hail to several Midwestern states. WBNS TV's Clay Gordon is in Indian Lake, Ohio.
Where I'm standing, we're seeing extensive damage to homes and property. Local police here are working to confirm if there's any more injuries or even deaths related to this violent weather. We're also seeing severe weather across other parts of the Midwest as well.
Logan County, Ohio Sheriff Randall Dodd says downed trees, power lines, and gas leaks have gotten in the way of first responders trying to search damaged homes there.
We've done primary checks, we're doing secondary checks. We do know that there are still some people trapped, which is what we're working on right now to try to get to them.
A massive winter storm has dumped several feet of snow in and around Denver.
When I actually came out and put the stick in the snow, it was 18 and a half. It's pushing 19.
Parts of a major interstate partially shut down, cutting off access to several ski resorts. James and Jennifer Crumbley are now the first parents to be convicted of involuntary manslaughter in a mass shooting by their child. A jury in Michigan has found Ethan Crumbley's father guilty a month after his mother was convicted, after the teenage son killed 4 other high school students in 2021. Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald tells CBS Mornings
a sigh of relief from the 4 parents in the courtroom of Madison, Justin, Tate, and Hannah was a big deal.
Each parent faces up to 15 years in prison. Prosecutors in New York say they're open to putting off Donald Trump's hush money trial for up to a month to give his lawyers time to prepare. Legal contributor Jessica Levinson.
It's now up to the state court judge who would be overseeing this trial, previously set to begin on March 25th, to determine how long, if any, there will be in terms of delaying that trial date.
This morning, a ship loaded with 200 tons of food, organized by celebrity chef Jose Andres, arrived in Gaza, where the UN estimates a quarter of the population is starving. Israel denies Palestinian claims 20 people were killed in an attack near a food distribution center in Gaza. Rough morning at McDonald's. The chain's reporting system failures around the world. Reporter Scott Naiman from Canberra, Australia.
Restaurants in Japan, New Zealand, and the US were also affected, but McDonald's outlets in Australia took the brunt of the outage. After several hours, systems are back, but still very glitchy. McDonald's staff say it was not a cyber hack.
S&P futures up 9. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Another Texas-sized legal battle takes shape in the Lone Star State, this time over teenagers and birth control.
The Fifth Circuit Court backing a lower court decision blocking the federal Title X program from providing contraception to Texas minors without parental consent. Mary Elizabeth Castile of Texas Values calls it a victory.
Parents have a right to know any type of medication that their child is taking, especially something as serious as birth control.
Lucy Arvallo of Change Due Process expects the decision to lead to the continued rise in unintended teen pregnancies.
This is a coordinated attack from anti-abortion opponents to decimate access to reproductive health care in all of its forms nationwide.
Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
A buzzy scare at a tennis match in Indian Wells, California. A bee invasion delayed yesterday's match between Carlos Alcaraz and Alexander Zverev for almost 2 hours. Thousands of insects had to be vacuumed up by a professional beekeeper. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper, and you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze.
Tell me how you feel.
With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free.
They didn't, they haven't, but right now, there is an opportunity for them if they will say yes to the agreement that's been proposed, to actually get to that ceasefire and get hostages home, including Americans.
Do you view Prime Minister Netanyahu as an obstacle to peace?
We work closely with the Israeli government every single day, again, with the objective of making sure that they can provide for their own security, but also trying to bring this crisis to an end, trying to end the suffering of innocent children. And
I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. N-A-V-A-G.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
The news you need, the news you can trust, the news you depend on. News Radio 1440. More at newsradio1440.com. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast.
We'll be back.
News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Rain and thunderstorms are likely today, especially this afternoon, really late this morning through the afternoon. A few severe storms capable of producing damaging winds and hail are possible today, in addition to heavy rain and a lot of lightning. It will be warm again with temperatures in the 70s before the rain gets here. Rain ends tonight. We're down into the low 60s. Tomorrow's dry. We're in the mid 70s. More rain on St. Patrick's Day.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now we're looking pretty good as far as accidents go. Nothing's been reported that would send you on an alternate route. We've got some disabled vehicles and things on the shoulder. 85 northbound there at Taylor Road. A couple of disabled vehicles off the side of the road between Ann Street and Perry Hill. But please use caution as you are out and about as far as accidents go. We're still clear. High school students get a jump start on your college career with dual enrollment at Trenham State. Trenham State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Friday. The book banning controversy in Autauga County took an unexpected turn. The Autauga-Prattville Public Library Board voted to fire Library Director Andrew Foster. He pushed back against the board's recent efforts to remove certain children's books from shelves that the board called sexually explicit, but others disagreed, calling it censorship. Foster says he hasn't decided if he will take legal action. A busy weekend from spring break for some to St. Patrick's Day, and a lot of events happening all around our area. This weekend, the SLE Rodeo is back in Montgomery, known as the greatest show on dirt, bringing some of the best cowboys and cowgirls to our area. Now, the rodeo typically kicks off with a parade on Friday, but due to the rain, that parade is canceled. Still, there will be activities all weekend long. And a zoo weekend at the Montgomery Zoo Saturday and Sunday, the zoo's annual spring fundraiser. Expect food, music, and tons of fun there. I'm Jasmine Williams with your morning headline.
Montgomery, Prattville, Selma, Millbrook, Wetumpka, Tallahassee, Auburn, Opelika. Are you ready for your lucky break? Then today is your lucky day. I want to help you shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car you deserve. And you can save up to $3,737 based on the price of the car you pick. Plus, my inventory is doubling and doubling over and over. It's me, Matt Parsley, of Car Sales Montgomery. We've got the biggest selection of nice
Alrighty then.
side of the Emerald Coast. If you want a nicer, newer car, van, or SUV, I want to help you shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car. You could save $3,777. Listen, with my For the People credit approval process, getting approved is so easy, you'll be dancing a jig. Come on down and get lucky. And you can shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car you deserve. With savings up to $3,777.
These are El Cheapo, but they work for a
The
while.
car you pick, but hurry, this deal is done. Once I've helped 137 people. Get lucky. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. Make your own luck at 61 Mendel Parkway, just off Atlanta Highway. BudgetSaysYes.com. That's BudgetSaysYes.com.
At Wolf Boys Betting, our warehouse is overfilled. We have a huge problem. We must dump some betting inventory at up to 70% off. This Thursday through Saturday, 3 big days, we're having a huge betting clearance sale. You won't have a better opportunity to get a good night's sleep during this warehouse clearance sale. These items won't last long at these low prices. Check it out on Facebook or on our website. It's first come, first available. Don't miss the biggest betting sale the River region has ever seen at Wolf Boys Betting next to American Oak and more. At American Oak and More, we have overfilled our warehouse. We have a huge problem. There is more inventory than the warehouse can hold. So we must dump some inventory at up to 70% off. This Thursday through Saturday, 3 big days. We're having a huge warehouse inventory relinquishment sale. Bring the decision maker. Bring your measurement. These items won't last long at these low prices. Check it out on Facebook or buy on our website. It's first available. Don't miss the biggest furniture sale the River Region has ever seen.
Hello, everybody.
News Radio
Good morning.
1440 is everywhere.
Good morning.
On the radio.
Good
online
morning.
at News Radio
Good
1440.
morning. Good morning. Good
You can
morning.
also
Good
listen on
morning.
your smart home speaker. News Radio 1440.
And here we roll.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is one more time that you're on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread. A word from on high, something that'll change your perspective, or maybe, just maybe, give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is March the 15th, 2024. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Eternal Legacy. Our scripture insight today comes from Ecclesiastes 8 and 15. But Ecclesiastes 8 to 15. Ecclesiastes 5 and 13 reads, well, hold on, let me get this right. Ecclesiastes 5, verse 8 through 15. My bad. Ecclesiastes 5 and 13 says, I have seen a grievous evil under the sun, wealth hoarded to the harm of its owners. Sound like Democrats. Good morning to you. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is March the 15th. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that shall never, ever come again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you don't. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back to undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, charity, and love of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, reach back while you can, for as long as you can, for whom you can, and extend a helping hand. Bishop Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, we all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can, but quit is not for any man. Don't ever give up. My mother said, nothing beats a failure but a try. I have found that to be wise counsel in my own life. Don't ever give up. Don't ever quit, because quitters will never win. And winners may fail at a thing or two, but they never quit. So don't you. And no matter what happens this day, remember this. It is a great day, a fantastic day to be alive. Beats the alternative. Good morning to you. Eternal legacy. That is our daily bread for this morning. March the 15th, 2024. Good morning to you. We'll be back.
Hey there, and welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled Eternal Legacy was written by Tim Gustafson. As Dust Bowl sandstorms ravaged the United States during the Great Depression, John Milburn Davis, a resident of Hiawatha, Kansas, decided to make a name for himself. A self-made millionaire with no children, Davis might have invested in charity or economic development. Instead, at great expense, he commissioned 11 life-size statues of himself and his deceased wife to stand in the local cemetery. "They hate me in Kansas," Davis told journalist Ernie Pyle. Local residents wanted him to fund the construction of public facilities like a hospital, swimming pool, or park. Yet, all he said was, "It's my money, and I spend it the way I please." King Solomon, the wealthiest man of his day, wrote, "Whoever loves money never has enough. And as goods increase, so do those who consume them." Solomon had grown keenly aware of the corrupting tendencies of wealth. The Apostle Paul also understood the temptation of wealth and chose to invest his life in obedience to Jesus. Awaiting execution in a Roman prison, he wrote triumphantly, "I am already being poured out like a drink offering. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." What lasts isn't what we chisel in stone or hoard for ourselves. It's what we give out of love for each other and for Him, the one who shows us how to love. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 8 through 15. If you see the poor oppressed in a district, and justice and rights denied, do not be surprised at such things. For one official is eyed by a higher one, and over them both are others higher still. The increase from the land is taken by all. The king himself profits from the fields. Whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. This too is meaningless. As goods increase, so do those who consume them. And what benefit are they to the owners except to feast their eyes on them? The sleep of a laborer is sweet, whether they eat little or much. But as for the rich, their abundance permits them no sleep. I have seen a grievous evil under the sun, wealth hoarded to the harm of its owners, or wealth lost through some misfortune, so that when they have children, there is nothing left for them to inherit. Everyone comes naked from their mother's womb, and as everyone comes, so they depart. They take nothing from their toil that they can carry in their hands. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, please fill us with compassion and make us sensitive to the needs of others.
It ain't beer.
Help us to
It's
see
just
how
water.
the resources you've given us, whether great or
Never
small,
had a beer before in my life.
can be used to help care for them.
But I'm thinking about
Thank
taking
you,
one.
Lord. And it's in Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen Tabor, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And now, let us pay homage to our armed forces of these United States of America, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. It's the only fraternity that I belong to, and a hell of a fraternity it is. Good morning to you, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine. Okay, I belong to the airborne fraternity too. I'm just saying that's our little group there, you know. United States Navy, whose motto is Anchors Away. It's a Friday morning. It's time to rise and shine. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling good this morning. I feel good every morning. Because every morning above the ground is better than being the ground being above me. And last but certainly not least, well, not least, not last, but close to it, the United States Air Force, which Montgomery happens to be an Air Force town. So we say good morning to Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. How you doing? Hey, get up. You're wasting daylight. After all, you're supposed to do more by 8 o'clock than most of us do all week. Oh, excuse me. That was the Army. Sorry about that. Y'all don't get up till 9. And last but certainly not least, they're known as Devil Dogs and a few other names that we can't mention on the radio. But their motto is Semper Fidelis. But most Marines couldn't pronounce that, so they cut it short to Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. Hoorah, Marines, hoorah. Well, it's time to rise and shine. And good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, now I do have an audio piece. I got to actually go downstairs and open the door for somebody. But I got my audio piece today. Now, this is one of my favorite ones that I always play. I play this at least 4 or 5 times a year because sometimes we just need to hear it. Okay? This is about redemption. But it's not how you start, but it's how you finish that matters more than anything. So, it is a great day, absolutely a great day to be alive. We'll be back.
Alarm clock. But every morning, my grandmother would wake up at 4:15. And at 4:16, her feet would hit the floor, usually right in front of my face. And that's what would wake me up. But I would lay there and I would pretend like I was still asleep because me and 4:15 really didn't get along. But grandma would look at the back of my head. I could feel her staring at me. And then finally she would say, "Now, sugar, grandmama know you ain't sleep. You just supposed to go on and get on up and get ready for school." And my grandmother was known for saying things that would kind of make you a little angry because they made so much sense and you couldn't argue with her. Parents, you know, there's things that when you become parents, you start to say to your own kids. My grandmother would say, "Now, son, you knew when you laid down there last night that you had to get up this morning. I don't know why every single morning you lay there and act surprised. You ought to be thankful that the Lord saw fit to wake you up in your right mind." But what my grandmother was encouraging me to do was simply to be grateful for the opportunity. In spite of all that I had been through in my life, she just wanted to make sure that I understood the opportunity that I've been given. My life got started, it was a little rough start. I was born 2 months premature. My mother was walking up a flight of stairs, and she didn't know this at the time, but a woman she had had an argument with earlier was standing above her holding a pot of boiling water. As my mom made her way up those stairs, that woman dumped that water onto my mom and sent her tumbling down the stairs into premature labor. She received third-degree burns to over 25% of her body. And when we were finally allowed to leave the hospital, as you can imagine, my mom was in a great deal of pain. Those burns just barely missed her face and covered most of the front of her body. So when we got home, she began taking a heavy sedative, pain medication to help her recover. When she took that medication, it was very difficult for her to watch me, so I would bounce around a lot. I'd stay with my mom for a little bit, and then I'd go stay with grandma, and I'd stay with some neighbors, aunties, and then back to my mother's house. I did that for the first 3 years of my life. I was 3 years old, I was back at my mom's house, and I got into her purse, I found that medication, I swallowed everything in the bottle. When they found me, they rushed me to the hospital, and my heart would stop, and eventually I went into a coma. But because of that accident, because of that incident, the state of California, they did an investigation. And the conclusion that they came to was that it wasn't an accident. They removed me from my mother's home, I was made a ward of the state, and eventually I went into the foster care system. Shortly after I arrived to one of my foster homes, my foster mom, her name was Miss Alexander. Miss Alexander began locking me inside the closet with a light. She'd open the closet door, she'd kick me, hit me with a stick or a strap or whatever she had. It was while I was in that foster home that I was sexually abused for the first time in my life. And oftentimes people ask, if that has to be the worst thing that could happen to someone. I have scars on my body that you can't see. I have a burn here in my hand that she put there with an iron. But all of that pain went away. The worst thing that Mrs. Alexander would do is she would open the closet door, she would stand over me, and she would say, "You're stupid, and you ain't gonna never amount to nothing." That hurt me more than any of the physical kicks or the physical pain because I believed it for a long time. I believed that I would never amount to anything, just like she said. I didn't know this at the time, I found out a little bit later, but my grandmother, my hero, she had started going back and forth to court, trying to prove that she could take care of an active, handsome little boy. And eventually the state of California, they granted her full custody of me. And I'll never forget standing on Miss Alexander's front porch waiting. She had my little belongings, everything that I had. I remember standing there, it may have only been a half an hour, but it felt like an eternity, and I can remember thinking maybe no one's coming. But after a while, at the end of the block, I see the ugliest car I've ever seen in my life. And the car pulls up right in front of the porch, and I remember all I could see are these two big glass bifocals. I found out later that Grandma had glaucoma. She wasn't supposed to be. But she gets out of that big car, and she's got on this white floppy hat with this, it was a flower right there in the middle. And I remember she had on this long white dress that came all the way down to her ankles. I found out later that, that was Grandma's Sunday best. It's an outfit that she only reserved for special occasions. I can remember for once in my life feeling like I was on a special occasion. So I remember jumping into Grandma's arms and squeezing her, and I remember her whispering and saying to me, "Everything's okay. We're family." And everything was okay, just like Grandmother said. And I had a lot to look forward to. I found out that my mom was going to court trying to prove that she could take care of me. And I can remember sitting there with my mother, and we talked, and we had a lot of different conversations. One thing I can remember saying, "Mama, one day when I get big, I'm gonna buy you a nice house with a fireplace." I said, "Mama, one day I'm gonna buy you a nice car." Not like Grandma, I'll get you a nice one. But the truth is, I just really wanted to become a family again, and that's what I look forward to. When I was 12 years old, I was asleep on my grandmother's floor. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We get a knock on the door. It was my mom's roommate. Miss Howell, come quick." Miss Howell was my grandma. She said, "Come quick, it's Ruth." Ruth was my mom. I said, "I can't wake her up. I think she's dead." And I can remember laying on that floor, kind of wishing hoping that it was maybe a dream. But it wasn't. And that's how I found out that all the hopes and dreams and things that I had to look forward to weren't going to happen. I became very angry. I became confused. I was hurt. I didn't really understand what was happening. I started acting out, hanging out with wrong people, breaking into houses, started stealing cars. I can remember not really caring what happened to me. I continued that behavior until I was 19. When I was 19, I found myself standing in front of a judge. I was handcuffed, had a chain around my waist, and my handcuffs were attached to that chain. The judge looked at me and says, the state of California sentences you to 15 years in prison for armed robbery and assault. That day, when that door closed behind me for the first time as a convicted felon, I remember standing in that empty cell. I remember my knees started to get weak and they started to shake uncontrollably. I collapsed and I fell to the floor. I just started crying alone. I can remember hearing voices. Heard the voice of my foster mom saying, "You're stupid, you ain't gonna never amount to nothing." Heard the voice of family members and friends of family that said that boy's gonna end up just like his father. In prison.
You certainly wasn't in the airborne.
Oh, definitely. This is what I'm gonna die.
That's one drop.
Here's what happened that changed my life.
1 minute past. 1 minute past the time is late. AWOL.
Was I rushing? I don't know what it was about me, but every time he saw me, he said, "Hey,
it ain't a wait a minute. It ain't a rush when you're late."
Now that my kids would say that.
I was ready, Kev. I hear you.
When he smiled, he said, "Hey, Mr. Humphrey, how you doing?" He always called me Mr. Humphrey. He gave me that respect. He walked into my cell. He looked at me and he said, "Mr. Humphrey."
This is my favorite, one of my favorite pieces.
He says, "You can get out of here. You can do great things." He started to walk away, and before he walked out of my cell, he turned around one last time.
Right, I gotta do this.
No, this sounds interesting. What is this?
It's called "A Great Day to Be Alive." It's my Friday morning motivational thing.
If he had continued to stand there, he would have seen the tears running down my face because no one had ever said that to me.
It goes off in a couple minutes.
I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to change.
Sometimes we do need.
For a little over 4 years after the day I
all of us
personally
need
collapsed and
a
fell
kick
to
in
the
the
floor,
butt
I
sometimes.
walked out of that prison on my own.
Rough
That was over 18 years ago. I've never been back other than to mentor and help other people.
What's your Facebook?
I know that when you've had a rough life, when you feel unwanted, I know that when you have hopes and dreams and when you have things that you can look forward to, and when you have people in place that support you and push you, I know that that gives you a reason to live. It is a great day to be alive. And that's something that I haven't always said, but now it's something that I say to myself every single day at some point.
14:40 a.m., right?
That's something that I say.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also
Yeah.
understand
You should have the
that what my
website for
grandmother was thinking of higher power
if you want to listen.
every
Yeah.
day was for the opportunity that she'd been given. And she never missed an opportunity
News
to
Radio 14.
tell anyone that will listen, especially me.
What is it
It's a
again?
great day.
NewsRadio1440.com. Great day. And it's a great day to be alive. I don't think anybody out in the world can disagree with that statement. What say you? My guest is here. We'll take this last break and out. We'll come back. The people's doctor in the house going to tell you something about, especially if you're a veteran, something he put together for you guys. So I shall return. Uno momento. That's the extent of my lingo when it comes to Spanish. Uno momento. Okay. Or uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco momento. We'll be back with David Graham.
Are you guys on Cumulus?
Huh?
It's an app. It's just online right here. I see you right here. Boom, Montgomery. I got it.
There's a better way to do things. Like
Although we do have an app too, News Radio 1440.
That's what that was.
Yes.
harder than they need to be.
You got to go to the app store and get.
Time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
And I made no money off you in a while. What's up with that?
We about to do some change.
I done already ate that. I need some more groceries.
Matter of fact, next week I want to change the computer system to a new desk. I want everything lined up. I got transfer systems.
Yeah, because when y'all be moving things.
Yeah. So like next Monday, Tuesday. Mr. May starts on Monday, right? You got Monday morning?
Yeah.
After you get off the air?
Yeah, text me and remind me.
Yes, sir.
On News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, still no major problems with accidents this Friday morning. That's all good.
It's a great day to be alive.
Posted with the latest and the most accurate.
Are you on? What do you got on Facebook? Kevin Elkins?
Yeah.
Kevin
Elkins.
I got you right there.
Yeah.
All right, boom.
You can't miss it.
At a moment's notice. Buckle up. It's the law from Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
So how you been doing?
I've been doing well.
Sony recently announced a significant workforce reduction, impacting about 8%
I'd
of its
have to have
global
some like
PlayStation
chicken and
staff.
dressing and take the
Approximately
store.
900 employees are without jobs. Layoffs extend to several PlayStation studios,
That's
including
rough.
Insomnia, Naughty Dog, Gorilla,
Chicken
and
and
Firespace,
dressing.
rolling out sequels
Well, bring it out of
games like Spider-Man and God of War. Sony Interactive Entertainment boss Jim Ryan emphasized the industry's drastic changes and the need to adapt to future challenges.
Who don't like chicken and dressing?
Well, I try not to eat as much.
When you ain't got to eat none of it.
We back on the air, man. We in here live with the great Kevin Elkins, Airborne. We in here. Y'all see the Airborne official banner?
That's right.
Paratrooper, big
That's
shout
right.
out.
Big time.
So if y'all need your computers fixed too, y'all know how my boy the mayor of the airways also likes the computers too, you know what I'm saying? Keeping veterans on the internet, fast speed, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Which you gotta make sure you bring your cards to put on my table.
I do.
Okay, all right.
Galaxy, Auburn, Opelika. Are you
So we
ready
can
for
secure
your
us
lucky
a
break? Then today,
network
your lucky day.
contract, Mr.
I want to
Kevin.
help you. Shamrock will help in a nicer, newer car. You
So
deserve
y'all be
it.
ready for the water aerobics class.
Based on the
It's coming
price of the car you
down.
did.
We got
Plus, my
a
inventory is doubling and doubling over and over. It's me, Matt Parsley.
You ready,
Lucky
man?
Car and Truck Sales Montgomery. We've got the biggest selection of nicer, newer cars this side of the Emerald Coast. If you want a nice
You ever
newer
notice
car,
when
banner
people have
SUV,
certain
I wanna help
professions,
you. Shamrock and roll
everybody's
out
in
for a nicer, newer
control
car.
of their
You can
own
save
little, like when I come down to y'all office,
Listen,
I'm just a peon.
for the people, credit approval.
But up here, I'm a
Damn,
king.
get lucky. Look at Shamrock and roll
When you
out.
go to the gas station,
Everyone
to the
live,
gas
man. I
station,
want to thank I got one person. That's all I
Yeah.
need. I reached one person for change one.
Get lucky.
March 22nd, man. It's gonna be fun. I hope they follow along on the link.
Just off Atlanta Highway. Budget says
We're in the
yes.com.
radio.
That's budgetsaysyes.com.
Let me make sure.
Positions in your company is essential, but
Let me,
finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use.
You wanna come on? See,
ZipRecruiter.
come on.
ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze.
That's my cousin's
ZipRecruiter's
back home.
advanced technology identifies candidates
Oh,
with the
you
right
adding
skills,
somebody?
sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to
I'm-
apply.
I'm not-
4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go
We
to
got a commercial. Okay,
ZipRecruiter.com/free.
hold on. Let me post the
Try
link real quick.
ZipRecruiter
Come right
for
back.
free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Imagine having all the money
Come
you
right
need
back.
for
Let me come right
retirement,
back.
all the income, every
Make
month,
sure I do this right.
guaranteed. That's Secure Future Investor, an indexed annuity tied to growth in the stock market, but without
Make sure
any
I put
risk of
Kevin's
loss
website on the
ever.
Veterans
It's
One.
guaranteed money for life income, no matter how long you live. Call 888-509-2228, 888-509-2228.
I'm doing this right now. Hold on.
Inc., Raleigh, North Carolina. Licensed in all states. Performance may vary. Consult with a financial professional before making an investment decision.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home. with the
You
scars
said
of
what
war.
Army did? What
Whether
you
those
asked
scars
me?
are physical
That's what they
or
told me. They said
Wounded
they
Warrior
told
Project.
us if you
Never leave a
15
fallen warrior
minutes
behind.
early, then you're on time.
well, that's right. That's better than being 5 minutes late.
Yeah. Like so, if you supposed to be there at 1300, if you there at 1300, then you late.
Yeah.
That's what they told me.
So I'm getting deemed just like you. Thank goodness for the
Of course, we can't trust them no more because they got guys going in coming in the military named George coming out named Joanne. So I personally ain't putting much stock in it anymore. When the Chinese get a hold of us one of these days, they're gonna laugh themselves to death.
Listen, I believe in some of the fundamentals.
Get a 50-year-old man, a little dinged up, $1 million in life insurance for around $200 a month. Call Big Lou. Big Lou. He's like you. 800.
I know when I was getting ready to get out all that time, I had this NCO. I thought it was a guy,
diabetic, have high
but
blood
it was
pressure,
really
you gotta call Big
he
Lou.
had like did all this change and stuff. And I was
So it's a woman that act like a guy.
yeah, and I think he was kind of trying to like push up on me a little bit, but you know, like, cause we had a conversation, and I'm like, why is this person feeling like nobody else is in the unit because that's what he was passing.
He was a woman,
Like was born in one.
and still one.
Yeah.
but he looked like a man.
Yeah, I like he was short. I mean, I didn't think he was
right away.
like, or you know, was one before.
And that's the kind of people we're gonna lead us. If they confused about who the hell they are, but I ain't mad at them. Don't get me wrong. I ain't mad.
Well, you got them, and then you got the ones that just stone cold crazy.
Yeah, well, I can deal with crazy. I can handle crazy.
Crazy is better than confused.
It is. It is. Because if they crazy, you are forewarned.
You already know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but
confused, I don't know which way you going. This is true.
You don't have to
Right, put the
miss a
headphones
second
on.
of your favorite talk show at home or at work. Listen on your smart speaker, on your Alexa or Google smart home device. News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Hey, sorry about that, but somebody's got to pay my big check, and we do that. This is commercial radio, and we do that by advertising. Okay, kind of like APT, you know, Alabama Public Radio, where they don't have to compete with anybody really. But anyway, that's us. Our A. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. We got a guest for the next 15 minutes or so.
You know, not at the doctor's office, but at least we have to maintain.
Yeah. David Graham, who is a local practitioner, and also is the head of Veterans Wellness, which is located on Monticello Drive here in Montgomery, Alabama. And they got a special project that's going on. Is it starting today?
No, sir. I don't want to make it a rush situation when the people have plenty of time to be prepared for next Friday, Forward YMCA, 11:30 a.m. Again, the loosened up for the spring weather, because I've got to go and talk about we're big on just improving quality of life and doing things the natural way. The natural way of getting results, getting guys recommendations, helping guys retire, train and walkers, improving quality of life. Helping them manage doing the military service.
The event is going to be what do you call
water
it?
aerobics. Water aerobics. It's nothing fancy. This is not it's a pool. It's heated. It's warm. There's an instructor. The YMCA has been gracious enough to provide all the amenities needed for this program. Veterans Wellness Center is humbly grateful for the YMCA's supporting this program. It's exciting. It's a good for the community. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody come on, man. It's all the baseball. You know what I mean?
And again, and everything you do is not just for veterans, but you particularly you focus on veterans.
Yeah, focus on veterans. I'm here for the community. I'm here for the kids. Kids, they get hurt, they become sick. You know what I'm saying? But my primary mission right now, my focus is our military veterans. That is my primary mission. That's why I opened Veterans Wellness Alabama. That's why I'm doing the water aerobics. I'm looking to be out of mental health as well. It's really understanding and looking at what our veterans need. I talk to them every day. I talk to them every day. So I listen. I keep listening. And if they say they need it, I'm gonna figure out how to get it done or put them in the right direction where they can get the services they need.
Okay. So water aerobics is an event that takes place at the YMCA. And if you happen to be a veteran or not a veteran, but if you're a veteran person, you're welcome. You can come over there, get in the water, and a lot of things that hurt you outside the water don't necessarily hurt you. It doesn't necessarily feel as bad in the water. And why is that?
Because the water reduces the amount of gravity that's flowing in the joint. It's science of physics, it's pretty much if you understand it. Joint pain, the more weight you carry, you stress the joint's gonna hurt. That's what it comes down to. That's why weight loss is important. You got to manage chronic pain. And so with the water aerobics, the water causes the buoyancy in the human body, and therefore the weight, the pressure is taken off the joints, so you can move and exercise the muscle. And so with the water, the muscles are getting resistance at 350 degrees. It's a pretty good workout. You may not be moving rapidly or with a lot of force, but the muscles are getting worked because they're being resisted by the water, and your joints aren't receiving the pressure of the gravitational pull.
Isn't that something that, let me ask you, do you get the same effect sitting in the bathtub?
Kev, I think I'm going to say negative on that one. I don't know. I'm not the authority on that. You know, so I don't want any of the pundits to get on me.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we in the water.
I can't deny or confirm what you're proposing, but I let the pundits decide. Okay. Let the pundits decide. Where's my guy at? Mr. Laird, what's your boy name? I'm ready for him.
You talking about we call
Don. Is it Don?
Yeah, Don.
Don. Yeah, my guy Don. I'm ready for him today, baby.
Yeah,
I'm ready, baby. I'm not loaded for Don.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Don't take the bathtub thing seriously. I'm just thinking that it's water. Something floating in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, man, just simply, man, it's opportunity, man, to get our best together and just kind of support our best. And, man, yo, I got a funny story. I got to tell this, man. I was talking to he's a Vietnam veteran. We were talking about Vietnam veterans, man. I thank you for your sacrifices, man, and ladies as well. He was at the practice for a hilarious story, and he was I was talking about the water aerobics program, and he was like, man, I said, come on, get the water aerobics, get the babies together, have a good time, hang out with the veterans, and man, I'm on the helicopter pilot. I'm not damn straight. I can go to the Navy. I was like, man, this is gonna be an awesome time, man. It's gonna be an awesome time.
But depending on where you flying that helicopter at, you may have joined the Navy.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I hope you listen, man. It was an awesome story. Yeah.
Located on Monticello Drive. What is your basic mission?
Man, I'm basically taking care of it, man. Simply that I was fortunate, I was blessed, and I'm humbly grateful for my time working at the VA. I understand the VA's mission. I had to sign on the dotted line. Now I want to hold that mission. Just because I don't work for the VA doesn't mean I don't perform the mission any longer. Now I'm just not bound by some of the paperwork the government requires to get things taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So right now the VA, our veterans have been talking to me now. I'm listening to what the people are saying. They want to get involved.
But you also have a unique concept over there of veterans wellness, and you're helping people with the joint movements.
Yeah, we have
things of that necessary. It's a little different because your job, from what I can understand, you told me, is to get people off these medications and all this stuff to keep you grown out or keep you dependent upon.
Yeah, we basically it's kind of like this, right? Yeah. I tell everybody I don't cure arthritis. There's no cure for arthritis. I'm a pundit. There's no cure for arthritis. That's not what I'm.
At least they ain't telling us about.
At least they're not telling us about it, right? You know what I'm saying? But
they want to get paid.
But what we do at Veterans Wellness in Alabama, we address the muscle strength imbalance that's making that bone inflame more. So by addressing the muscle strength imbalance caused by the inflamed bone, in turn you lower the pain and you correct what causes it. So that's how that's what that's the science of it. It's the muscle strength imbalance. For whether it's acute injury or wear and tear, crashing a helicopter, roughing 20 miles, standing up, the beautiful 20 years, typing, all that stuff. Oh man, yeah, it's just imbalance. Okay. There's overuse using the muscles that cause deflection,
and you can address them.
Yeah, man. Answer a couple surgeries, baby.
Okay, 860-1440. I think we'll get somebody.
Is that Don?
I don't know.
Come on, is it Don? I don't know. Listen. Come on, Don.
Come on, who's this? Yeah, a practitioner.
The people's doctor, sir. The people's doctor.
We call it the people's doctor.
Let's call it the people's doctor.
Yeah. There we go.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Let's take one more. Good morning on air. Well, no, but since you own, I'll let you say it. You own your dog? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Y'all good friends by now. Well, give that number one more time. Okay. Let me write that down. It's a Yorkie. What color is he? Okay.
And if anyone finds a dog, we'll be at the water aerobics next Friday. It'll be a safe kind of neutral meeting place. We have the protected, the safe grounds, and the kind of, you know what I'm saying? You know, just in case, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, thank you, man. That number one more time is 676. Okay, and it's a beige Yorkie. Now Yorkie, them cute little dogs, short-haired dogs.
Yeah, them small ones be big. I think they don't want to get after the most small ones.
Well, listen, if anybody sees that dog, please call it 676-2295. 676-2295. Thank you, ma'am. Call us anytime. Anytime. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
Public services. Okay. Anyway, our guest for next couple minutes is David Graham, who's a nurse practitioner, the people's doctor, what we like to call him, but he talks to the regular people like me. I go over there all the time. And but you specialize in, if I had to say what you specialize in, what would that be?
Helping people, man. that's so basically, yeah,
so if I need a couple dollars,
that's basically that's what it comes out to, man. Hey, so if you find out there's I need a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying? Okay. But what we specialize in, it's chronic pain management without any pills, without shots, without fancy tape or putting needles into your joints, because it's just, you know, we just understand what the chronic pain is a result of. It's chronic muscle strength and balance.
And also, I noticed some kids that play football from universities, even some of our high schools, come to see you. Sometimes.
Oh yeah. This is the flip side of it. This is the R&D. You know, we're military, baby. We're veteran underserved. We got military wings, all that stuff too. We got research and development.
But let's not get too.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, basically the same technology used for our veterans. Yeah. You know, it's for chronic pain management.
Right.
On young athletes, it helps with recovery and functional strength improvement. Okay. And so yeah, that's exciting.
I mean, I've seen people over there doing your workout thing. They weren't moving at all, but they was out of breath. Yeah. And I couldn't figure that out.
It's an awesome thing. Yeah. We're gonna be like, that's why our veterans, we got some of our veterans, man, being able to just bear their body weight in a natural squat position. Being able to sit on the toilet without pain, man. You kidding me? Like imagine like guys with bad backs and bad knees. Guys, all right, here you go. This one's for the guys, right? Everybody's a man. Maybe ladies too. It's not just universal, right? Everyone enjoys, you know, sitting down and having a comfortable number two, right? Your knees ain't stiff. You know, your back isn't tight.
I thought about it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who wouldn't want a comfortable number two?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Your back tight, you know, your feet are numb, your knees are stiff, right? And your neck stiff. Come on, give us a shot, man. What are you gonna lose, right? You've been taking these number twos, you've been crying every time you go to the toilet, you know you gotta walk, you gotta bend over, you can't do it, right?
You know, I've never thought about that.
You know what I'm saying? What do you gotta lose?
But I would imagine that's a possibility, you know.
You got carpal tunnel, you can't use the toilet paper, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. Like, what, ladies and men, like, give us a, like Rev said, like, what do you have to lose, right? Most people have been dealing with chronic pain conditions.
Yeah.
Getting a pill, a shot, a surgery, and what are you doing now? We're still having some pain.
Right.
How about an alternative that doesn't require any of those methods, and it actually works?
Well, you got my attention with the number two thing.
Right? There you go. Let's keep it simple, right?
Because I never thought about, I mean, all the number twos I've taken in life.
I thought about that.
I never thought about muscle.
Right. I got one for you. Yeah. I got one for you. Like even like because we've had people that have had urinary people that kind of laugh at men and women. Right. That's a universal. I've had men and women when they laugh, they leave. Right. Right. Because we're able to contract the muscles of the abdomen, because of so deep of penetration, we've had people report improved symptoms like less listening, like not listening to us. All right, and then it's the but pretty much it's just understanding what's causing the problem.
So we got number 2 and number 1.
Yeah, man. That's medical, man. That's like I tell people all the time, right? One little PSA, my veteran. So give your number. Yeah, that's right. Now when it gives a call, right? It's 334-676-3797. I got one for you guys. Here you go. I always have to say this to my people, right? 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Speaking of number 2s, right? Yeah. My veteran, GI health is important. Okay? That means it's better. Okay. If you're not doing a number 2 every day, what's your doctor? Okay, please. If you eat food every day, it should come out the same day. Okay, so if it's not, go to your doctor or come holler at me. We can do something else. Okay. Yeah, all right, guys.
David Graham, his number again is
334-676-3797. Come see us next Friday, 11:30 at the Barrel Y. Let's get these 30 lives back. Let's keep this trying to take back.
Make sure you get the number 2 story.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, if it goes in, it should come out, guys. And ladies, too.
Okay then. Oh God, well, I guess you do use muscle and stuff if you go to the bathroom.
On the podcast. So I got an idea. Yeah. Talk to the producers, right? It's football season, right? I already got a little column. Yeah. Where you consider like a little political sports talk show on Monday or Monday morning quarterback show.
Yeah, we got it.
Telecom video capturing people swatting while they were in Ohio, where police say at least 3 people have been killed in severe weather in several states. Indiana State Police Superintendent Peter fears will find people trapped or dead in damaged buildings in Winchester.
I just think one story is about to be shot, especially those that something that is example. You're going to be worried about the information of the people that not really find them online. We need to do that.
Superintendent Doug Carter unloaded nearly 200 tons of food arrived from the celebrity truckload on Grace. It arrived at the Gaza coast with many mouths to feed. This Palestinian man spoke to an interpreter. I won't be late for my children. I'm looking to move. Not to tell my family. Even though we change my own parents, there's no point. There's nothing to eat in Gaza. I mean, this is the month of Ramadan. What do you think? Even the market is nothing to buy. Iran estimates a quarter of the population are starving. Officials in southern Ukraine say a Russian missile strike on homes in Odessa has killed at least 14 people. A 3-day election has begun in Russia, and former CBS News Moscow bureau chief Frank River says there's no doubt he will win. Russian President Putin will choose to be elected. But what we're telling is to see how many Russians bother to vote. The supporters of the late opposition figure Alexei Navalny and others against Putin have been urged to show up at the polls on Sunday at noon and just stood there doing nothing. Breaking news from Georgia: a judge has just ruled that Missouri District Attorney Bonnie Willis can continue to lead the elections interference case against Donald Trump before Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade removes themselves from the case. We will catch up on McAfee finding the appearance of impropriety in the girl's romantic relationship with Wade CBS were to take herself off the case, the whole thing would come to a halt. The prosecutor in Michigan who won a conviction against the father of a teenage school shooter yesterday is speaking out. Oakland County's Karen McDonald tells CBS Mornings,
I experienced this event much like everybody across the country and particularly in the state, and I'm a parent. And the very first question I asked was, where did you get that gun? And how did you get it?
Crumley and his wife Jennifer, both convicted now of involuntary manslaughter at separate trials. Their son Ethan killed 4 students at his high school in 2021. Now futures up 39. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze, and right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need. And just with you, and actively invite them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. More than 5 employees who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. And you can focus on your business. Let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the right people you need. For yourself, experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
More information about long COVID research from Australia has found only COVID symptoms are indistinguishable from other viral infections. These are symptoms are a lot more common than we know. CBS medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says the study found other infections also had ongoing problems.
Prosecutors about fairly stabbing the death against him. The woman in charge of weapons on the set was convicted of involuntary manslaughter. I go that read that. CBS News.
no copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. HINS.com/Joe to your free online visit. HINS.com/GOR. Also notice this thing up. Here is I was on a mission to make home equity and debt consolidation loans available to homeowners regardless of their credit rating. In the beginning, I was how in the world reach the people that needed our service. I took a chance on radio and the rest is now mortgages, home equity, and debt consolidation loans. Today, we have also made across the entire state. In order to succeed, you have to reach the people who need your services. And maybe you like to grow your business. Here's what you're working for. And click on grow your business. Thank you for radio work.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. Most people who get ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it at ZipRecruiter.com. One click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But look at that. She identifies the candidate, sends you a list of great mentors for you, and actively invites them to apply. And the results speak for themselves. Look at the configure. Quality candidates who can work first. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Where you are, just say
And good morning, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my last segment. I learned a lot about number 2 and number 1 there, and that's pretty good. Before I get started with anything, a story came across my desk a few minutes ago. Really caught my attention because it's the pain and the disgrace that it had happened. But again, it's going to show you when we allow our emotions to get out of control. When our emotions control us, that's just not very good sometimes because the outcome is not that good. This is about a Fairfield man who lives in Fairfield, Alabama. A Fairfield man who fatally shot a mother of 3 has murder charges dismissed under the Stand Your Ground law. When I saw this, well, what kind of woman? What? Yeah, and so I didn't quite understand it. A murder charge against a Fairfield man in 2021 shooting death of 27-year-old mother of 3 has been dismissed under the state Stand Your Ground law. A Jefferson County grand jury in February 2022 indicted 45-year-old Cliven Milton on intentional murder in the slaying of a young lady named Esther Zaire Simmons. She got a longer name first, but I just Ladia Monique Esther Zaire Simmons, who was his wife's cousin. Milton was not initially charged in the fatal shooting, but a Bessemer cutoff grand jury issued the indictment against him 5 months later. A lengthy Stand Your Ground hearing was held on August 1st, 2023, during which Milton and his wife testified. And this week, Circuit Judge David Carpenter granted the motion to dismiss, which had been filed by Milton's attorney, Jason Willis. His wife testified, of course, in his defense. Wow. Jefferson County Sheriff's deputies responded shortly after 1 a.m. on Thursday, to the shooting at a home on the 500 block of Osceola Circle. Deputies arrived to find that an argument between family members resulted in shots being fired. Zaire Simmons, the lady who was killed, was struck and taken to the hospital where she was later pronounced dead at 2:16 a.m. She was the mother of 3 young boys. Milton was gone by the time the authorities arrived, but did call and report the shooting. He told authorities that he would be waiting at a nearby convenience store where deputies were able to make contact with him. The stand your ground law protects an individual from criminal prosecution if that person can prove that he or she used deadly force in self-defense or in defense of another and reasonably believe that another person was using or about to use deadly force against them. He or she was not engaged in any criminal activity. He or she was in a place where he or she has a right to be. That is the stand your ground law. Wallace in April 2023 filed a motion to dismiss the murder charges under the stand your ground law. Milton, the attorney, said he was in his own home and Zaire Simmons had been asked to leave. Zaire Simmons fired her gun at Milton, and he believed that she was trying to kill him. Prosecutors argue that Milton is a convicted felon and therefore could not legally be in possession of a gun. So I guess in America today, if you get convicted of something, you don't have the right to protect yourself. So you just keep a lamb waiting for the sheep. Milton told authorities he had been in physical altercation early that night with his wife because he believed she was having an extramarital affair. When it was over, he said he was asleep. He later woke up to go to the bathroom and Zaire Simmons at his home, a baby in one hand and a gun in the other, he said. Milton testified that he said hello to Zaire Simmons, who often frequented the home and whom he did not like being at his home, and she didn't respond. He said she kept bumping into him. At one point said, "I'll shoot you, you." You know what he said. Milton went to his bedroom and he was talking to his wife, telling his wife to tell her to leave. You know, this is a tragedy. This is a tragedy. And to think she left behind 3 babies, going to somebody else's house, trying to threaten that man and convicted felon or whatever his situation was legally, he has a right to defend himself. Now, what I don't know, so if you are a convicted felon, does that mean you just got to sit there and let somebody kill you? I mean, seriously? I mean, come on. You know, whoa, what's up with that? There's a lawyer out there that can shed some light on that with me. So you're in your house, not bothering anybody. So you can't own a gun in your own house to protect you or your family, which is what this guy did. You know, I mean, wow. Why would you come to somebody's house with a gun in your hand and your baby in another hand? I don't understand that. Anyway, that guy had a help a lawyer. You know, he can help a lawyer. You need to find out what his name is. Good morning, who's this? Yes. I'm doing fine here. Get to it. And I want you to get, I know, I just need you to get to your point. Just get to your point. That's right. All right, then. It is 8:18 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Morning. Well, the interesting part about this that Milton testified, however, that the gun used to shoot the woman belonged to his wife, and he had gotten it off her nightstand for self-defense. But here's the most interesting part of this: the guy, Judge Carpenter, in his March 12th ruling, said Milton, who was in his own home, a place he had a legal right to be, that he was threatened by a visitor. I want you to remember this phrase, whose permissive status in the home had been revoked. So when people ask you to leave their house, you no longer have a right to be there. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Well, he was in the air. No, I think he wasn't. I think he was in the air. No, that, yeah, okay. Yeah. No, no. Listen. Talk radio. No, no. Talk radio is a combat sport, brother. Uh, listen. Yeah, yeah, but just don't use no profane language. Okay, yes, you are. I got no problem with that. That's true. That's true. We are. Yeah, we are. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We do. It's a combat sport, baby. If you can't take it, if you can't take it, don't start it. Yeah, yeah. That's right. And he said, when they bring a knife, you bring a gun. And that's what he said. That's what he said. Yeah. Mm, man. Just go low. Yeah. I don't mind going low personally though. I don't mind going low personally. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. I, I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind going a little low sometimes because sometimes people, they don't get the message. It's 8:22 in the morning on this Friday morning. We'll be back right after this, but I shared that story with you because that was a sad. The woman had three boys, shows up at somebody else's house, threatening them, baby in one hand, a gun in another hand, uh, ends up dead because the guy really feared for his life uh, because she said she's gonna shoot. You tell people you're gonna shoot if you ain't planning on shooting. Because if you tell somebody that, they have every right in the world to protect themselves. We'll be back. 860-1440 is enough. So amazing to be loved. Follow you. Got to tell you how you feel. Not even one second. I wanna have you come my way.
Comes in third in Iowa, second place in a two-person race in New Hampshire. He can't compete with us, so the lead there. And South Carolina, her home state, he's down by a massive amount in terms of real politics average, down by 30. Only the path that Nikki Haley is going to take to get Mr. Victory, because I think that's the question they need to be asking most of them. Look, unless she can pull out the upset of all upsets and pick her home state, that would be a game changer. But when you're down in the polls, the average poll by 30 points, I don't recall in my lifetime seeing somebody else being able to hold such a wide margin like that. Check out the radio show later today. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find the needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Doctors,
you explain. What about you? Too much fast food and not enough exercise. That's why I take Field of Greens. The fruits and vegetables in Field of Greens will lungs, kidneys, and metabolism for weight loss. And Greens promises your doctor will notice your well. Your money back. Get 50% off with promo code radio at fieldofgreens.com. That's promo code radio at fieldofgreens.com. Product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak? Too hard.
That's not long. It's not hard. It's perfect.
Starts here. Go to Babbel.com.
And we're back. I know it's 8:60. I got a lot of things to talk about. Good morning to you. Hope today finds you well. It's a Friday. A Friday is how I saw it somewhere on Facebook. Friayay, Friday. I think, yeah, I'm all good with that too. Not Friday anymore, Friday. Look back phone before I go to my next store here. Good morning, who's this? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know, yeah, you put it out. That's okay though. Good with me. I don't care. No, no, you can't. You cannot be using profane language. But if you can, I, yeah, I know, but you can't use profane language. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Are you really telling me that I never heard the law forbids you from protecting yourself? But even in his own home, I don't. I gotta get a. Yeah, yeah. I don't know about the street, but I know it's your house. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm with you. I I'm going to call my good friend Ricky on this one because yeah, you would think he would, but you shouldn't be carrying. If they say you can't carry a weapon, you shouldn't be carrying one on the street if you're not allowed to have. But in your house, yeah. See, I just but your wife could own a gun. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I don't. Again, I don't know. His wife he talked to, but not him. Well, I just don't. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't, yeah, I don't. But I just said that. You know, yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Let me find my good friend. If I come up. Okay, let me see. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I just got to talk to my lawyer. I got to get some. I got to get some. Yeah, I got to get some clarification on this. Nikki, you're on the airways, so but you know, I need a legal question asked this morning, and you being the man that, huh? Right up. Here's the question. Man in Fairview, yesterday, according to the paper today, he had been charged, he had been indicted for murder. Then, and he was a convicted felon, but he was at home, and a woman comes in the house with a gun in one hand and the baby in another hand, threatening to shoot him. So he gets his wife's gun and protects himself under the stand your ground law. Does the law say, I know they say you're not supposed to have a gun, but if you get convicted of a felony, does that mean you no longer have a right to protect yourself even in your own house? Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Okay. So why would they arrest him and charge him if they? I mean, you get indicted, but yeah. Right. Right. That your life. Okay, I got you. That your life was good. Yeah. Well, evidently, some judge up there said, yeah, they proved that in there, and there's a term that. Right. 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 Okay. But well, yeah, they did. I got it in the paper today. They ruled, and they took they convicted him. I think they convicted him somebody. They threw the murder charges out because he had a right to protect himself in his home. Oh yeah. True. Yeah. Okay, you want that technical stuff? Yeah. Okay, I thought that you cannot take a man's right to defend his life away from him. Not yet. Not yet. Well, Mickey, I appreciate it. I know I'm bugging you. Probably got some big case you're working on right now. I'm glad you. Okay. Okay. All right. All right then. All right. So we got that squared away. So even if you are a convicted felon, you do have a right to defend yourself if your life is in imminent danger. Really well. Okay. You got to be able to prove it. Now they probably gonna arrest you still, but you got to be able to prove it. Anyway, moving right on to other things this morning. I just thought that was such a tragedy. The woman was an absolute beautiful woman with 3 boys. And emotionally, sometimes we gotta get away from the emotion, use logic and reason. I know it's a concept that we don't use very much in the world, especially in America now, because it's all about feelings. But those feelings will get you killed. Okay? I'm just saying, you might want to think about your actions before you do it. Now, what's my other number one complaint today? Well, it seems. Now, I'm not. I mean, I know I know a little bit about this issue this morning, but it seems that there are people who want to challenge the election a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago. There seems to be, or was it 2 weeks ago, whenever, on the 5th, there seems some people want to challenge the judge's race. Okay? So, well. It looks like the Alabama Democratic Party looks to review the Montgomery primary race challenge, and that being between Gaines and Griffin. Now, are we going to have another Sabrina Martin issue here nowadays? Somebody wins the race, but they don't get to sit because the Democratic Party didn't like the outcome. Again, I don't know this, but are we going to have another one of those? According to WSFA, last week's primary election is over a week or less. But one Montgomery County race may be taken a little closer. The Alabama Democratic Party said it is reviewing a challenge the Montgomery County Circuit Court Judge primary between Monet McCorvey Gaines and Greg Griffin. Gaines unofficially won the primary, but Democratic Party Chair Randy Kelly, I think that's his name, told WSFA News that the party is in the process of putting together a committee to look into the election challenge. So it always seems to me, now I would imagine that Republicans have done this too every once in a while. I guess. I only know about Democrats get doing it when things don't work out the way you do. Now, one of the things that I heard that somebody was questioning is a ballot that was put out and it mimicked the other ballot, but it was not the official ballot. I mean, personally, I call that marketing. Okay, I call that marketing. Listen, if you can convince somebody to vote for you that was going to vote for the other guy, hey, I'm all for it, whatever. But so anyway, there's an issue of a ballot that was passed out that looks similarly to the other ballot, the official ballot of the Democratic Party, whatever it was. Okay, but it wasn't exactly the same thing. I don't have a problem with that. That's called marketing. Okay, next time get a different color on your ballot. Anyway, so if you remember, Sabrina Martin won the race. Fernando Morgan came in second. They said, we don't want Fernando Morgan. The Democratic Party went out and brought somebody else in who had not run in the primaries and pretty much put them on the ballot. And since they were on the ballot, they got votes, and I think they won. So the Democratic Party has a history, because I have been here, if they don't like the results, we are going to try to undo those results through a court system. Okay, so which means that if she actually got more votes than the other guy, then they want to say, nah, those votes don't count. Okay, so they want to take it like they did my vote when I voted for Fernando Morgan. They took my vote and threw it in the garbage can. And I normally don't vote Democrat, but I did because I like Fernando and I thought he was a good attorney. So now I don't know the difference between a good attorney and a bad attorney. Let's say my attorney and I get screwed by the court system, then of course they'd be a bad attorney. But if I get a good attorney and he wins for me at the court system, he's a great attorney. Well, I haven't had to go before a judge in a long time. Not saying that it won't ever happen again, but not in a long time. And that was just traffic, okay? Except when I was 17, I stole that 10 speed. Yeah, the judge kind of looked at stuff on that. But hey, I gave the bike back. I mean, I gave it back and I apologize for being a scoundrel. I mean, that's what I can do. 8:41 in the morning. Let's take a break. And here's another thing. The Montgomery Advertiser is on my crap list this morning. I mean, I am so teased right now to Montgomery Advertiser. I don't know what to do. Why am I so upset at the Montgomery Advertiser? Well, you'll find out when I come back, and I think you'll be upset too.
That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, then you're working and may need help. If you have type 2 diabetes or overweight or
And we are back. Good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well and finds you feeling pretty good and all that good stuff. All right, so what's my beef with the Montgomery Advertisers? 8:47 in the morning, 9:47 in the morning. We live in Georgia. What's my beef with my? Yes, I'm every day I tell you about. Every week I go to advertiser, look for the students who are being considered for student of the week. Okay, I'm fine. But I had some suggestions on how to get more people. We got all these high schools around here, and we only have 3 people nominated last week. That's shaming disgrace. I know there's a whole lot more 3 people in Montgomery high school that can ought to get some recognition. So I said, well, let me go find the what's her name? Let me go find the person who did the story. So I go to the Montgomery Advertiser, of course, and I'm looking for the person who does the story. So after finding them, after finding the name of the person, I did the best I could to find a human being. I could not find one. I called the Montgomery Advertiser at least 24 times, trying to find a human being. Finally, I went to the internet, found an 800 number. I said, right on, this is what I need. Okay, I need a number, a phone number. So I'm thinking, okay, all right, I got the number. Well, guess what? You know the deal, right? I mean, I even have to say what the number was or where it went to. Okay, it's called the Montgomery Advertiser, but I don't think it belongs to Montgomery anymore. As a matter of fact, I found out yesterday it's part of the USA Today thing. Okay, but that's okay. I don't care who owns it. Okay, but what I do care is that you cannot reach a human being. Okay, you cannot reach a human being at the Montgomery Advertiser right down the street. So what did I do? Okay, so what I did, I called the Chamber of Commerce, trying to find a local number to call the Montgomery Advertiser. Well, guess what happened? Well, we got a local number, all right. And where did that local number lead to? Overseas. Okay. So I finally called the number back and I asked the lady, I'm thinking maybe they're in Montgomery and they're so busy until they just can't pick up the phone right now. Okay. Okay. So I called the number, and it rang overseas. So finally, after going through the merry-go-round to try to find a human being, I finally got somebody. And so I said, before we start this conversation, are you in Montgomery, Alabama? He said, no. We are overseas. I said, okay, so there's nothing you can do for me with the question that I have, because all they did, and you know the number they gave me to call them? The same number I used to call her. Okay, Montgomery, no wonder businesses are losing money. Okay, no wonder. I just don't understand. We can't talk to anybody local. It's called the Montgomery Advertiser for a reason. I talk to people who run it, live it. So I called Brad talking. And guess what? That's the guy who's the editor over there. Well, I couldn't get him either. I couldn't get any human being unless they spoke in a thick accent from either India or Jamaica or someplace. Okay? I was trying to find the person who did the show who did the program for the kids, trying to find out what we could do to make people more in tune with that program that they're doing and give some more kids a shot. I know there's more than 3 kids in this town that are doing a great job at school. Okay, I just know there is. So, if anybody knows Mr. What's his name? Who's the editor of that paper? Well, I tried to reach out. I tried to reach out to him too. Okay, and I couldn't reach him either. I can't reach anybody, any human being at the Montgomery Advertiser. Okay, that's a shame in this case. I'm thinking about this answer because if I've got to go online to reach people, which is right down the street, then I might as well just cut my thing off and just go to USA Today. So if it seems like I'm peeved, I am. Because we used to have local people in our businesses. Okay? We used to have somebody that you can call on the phone and lodge a complaint. Okay? Used to be. Now you can't seem to do it. So I called them 24 hours yesterday, trying to reach a human being. Okay? So that's my thing. I'm super thinking of just get rid of that people and just if I gotta talk to people online, at least I know I'm talking to people online. It's called the Montgomery Advertiser paper. And I want somebody to tell them over there, if you work for them, that I am pleased that we can't talk to a human being. Okay? We can't do it. Okay? I'm pleased. I mean, I called 24 times yesterday trying to reach a reporter And they said, "Oh, you want to talk to the news department?" Yeah. Well, guess what? Went to the news department. You know where I went to? Another phone number that eventually led me back to overseas. What kind of crap is that? But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty kicked about that. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. Well, they're not. They're not. They're not here. Mm-hmm. Right. He's. I didn't live it. I know he went someplace up north. Yeah. Yeah. Well, USA. Well, Montgomery's owned by USA Today, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember. All right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And we don't have yellow pages anymore, so yeah. And we really don't have a local newspaper. So yeah. Yeah. Well, WAKE, WSFA. Yeah. Let me take this one last call before I go, because my time's about up. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. What? Mm-hmm. I saw your picture in the paper. I saw your picture in the Montgomery Advertiser. Oh, they did a whole big section on you. Montgomery Advertiser. Well, I don't have it. It was online, I guess. I saw it online. Yeah, I read it. I read it. It was interesting. You do it all online. Yeah, you do it all online. Yeah, when they get it's a good piece on you actually. So that was good. I didn't know I didn't know you was that old. But, uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good. But I don't know. I appreciate. I don't know how they did it because you can't reach anybody down there. So the Montgomery Advertiser, don't call us. We'll call you. Certainly, they certainly don't make it easy for us to call them. Anyway, gotta take a break. We'll be back. Who's the guy? The editor over there. I guess hell, he might live in Australia. I don't know. We'll be back.
Deborah Rodriguez, Fulton County, Georgia's district attorney has a big decision to make. Whether she or her former lover, Ethan Wade, a special prosecutor she hired, will quit Donald Trump's election interference case. The ultimatum this morning comes from the Republican Scott McAfee. CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levin. This well, it makes sense. He's saying one of you needs to step aside because both of you are on this case will threaten the administration of justice. CBS's Robert McGarry. This is a real challenge for this president. We see that merchants and businesses came from numerous councils and very small completely sitting judges. So there are many legal challenges. Violence storms the trauma of destruction through the Midwest. Officials estimate at least 3 deaths, twisters, and they will fight for victims. Severe weather, including suspected tornadoes, caused widespread damage across parts of Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Ohio. There are big control fatalities in Logan County, Ohio, with record crowds restored. We have a lot of homes over there. We have development. We've been into the neighborhoods. Being able to get access to the place, just trees down, fires, we've got gas leaks, we've got fires. Very severe weather, including tornadoes. It's likely today across much of the South. From Christina to yesterday, the truth was fucking Gaza, inaugurating a CD from Cyprus to feed hungry Palestinians. The BBC reports 100% of the moving culture. It was encouraged that it was actually avoid the coastline itself, but the way the country just to actually upload some of that pain. So that would be the first problem, because it would be unfair and untested for the physical and deficit operation. That's really simple. President history world petition. Customers couldn't have it their way or any other way. McDonald's around the world today, and do was furthest when computer systems run in the press. The better coming from Canberra, Australia. This was in Japan, New Zealand, and other peoples that McDonald's offers in Australia is going to be out to almost this is Susan Black, the standard of the justice so it was lost beside the head. The real estate organization did drive down housing prices, one of the biggest market shakeups in a century. Documents obtained by the New York Times show the National Association of Realtors has agreed to settle a series of lawsuits by paying $418 billion in damages and paying big of its rules and conditions. This is CBS. People widely owned as all with their meetings. With the conservative meeting class from the professional parts people are highly overpriced. Having quality employees for their positions in their company is essential, but finding those people can be amazing. And then you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people easy. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/. With ZipRecruiter, one person reach out to hundreds of top job sites. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with a quick speed and a list of great matches for you, and actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. You're not applied employers to pay off ZipRecruiter for a quality candidate with the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus your business and let ZipRecruiter work and use the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the use of the speed and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. More passive suing over the direction of Alaska Airlines threatened.
Well, Louis Lawson, representing 7 was filed in Washington State against Boeing, Alaska Airlines, Spirit Aerosystems, and others. Plaintiffs include a California man who was involved with single seatbelt. Long Tran was sitting in the row behind where the side of the aircraft tore away and left a supersized hole on Alaska Airlines Flight 1282. The suit says Air rushed through the hole, pulling on Tran and others nearby. He says it stops and shoes were torn from his feet. But his body leaped off the
Growing up, revelation in a new documentary next Sunday. Stephanie Rodriguez, CBS News.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I told them,
Searching. How can we help? We're right here, ma'am. Our restaurant. Local restaurants. You are in.
Okay, it's 9:08 in the city of Montgomery right now. I know I was going to tell you about the Montgomery advertising. Nobody answering the phone. Now, somebody just hit you. Now, evidently, this number is supposed to put me in touch with the Montgomery advertising. Now, I'm going to try this one more time. We're going to see. If this number takes me into the Montgomery advertising, I'm going to go to America One. Okay, okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, let me see if that number takes me to the I'll actually call. You know, yes, not. Okay, yes, not. I'm trying to reach old Brad Harper's desk here. And it's 2400116. So I guess that's not the number anymore. But I'll try one time. Come on, just to see if I actually got it wrong. Okay. Okay then. All right then. Well, we should call somebody's number, even though we'll probably get that message over. Good morning, who's this? Yeah. Because that's why we got telephones. Yeah, no, but last night, like 8 o'clock, I wasn't down here. I was at the house and trying to do some research and stuff like that. And we ought to be able to at least read a message for the editor of that paper or somebody. Yeah. Okay, I guess that's what I got to do. And it looks like I'm not going to reach anybody on the telephone. So, all right, appreciate it. Plus, got some other things. I'm gonna leave that one on now. Okay. Okay. So. Oh, and somebody says it's not going to work because people are calling in about their paper. No, they got that solved. When you call in about your issue of your paper, you're supposed to leave an email address or your email or something like that, or you go to the same phone number that takes you overseas. Okay, got nothing to do. So the Montgomery Advertiser is not necessarily answered by the numbers. They're not answered over here in the city of Montgomery. They're answered by somebody in India or Jamaica or someplace like that who don't have a clue of what the hell I'm talking about. But that's why I had to ask the lady, well, can you tell me, are you in America? I can already tell she wasn't. Because what no sense to be started on her talk or what's happening on Broad Street or what's happening on McGee Road. When the hell's a McGee Road? Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. So I'm done with that. Good morning, who's this? All right then. But anyway, so that's my biggest grief with the Montgomery Advertiser now, because I'm telling you, but however, since I've been putting these kids' names on the airways, it seems like the participation in the voting has gone up, and so we appreciate that. But we got more than 3 kids around here. Are we not are these schools not knowing? Are we not letting them know that the contest is going on? Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I just want to give those kids. Wow, I got a lot of people around here. Anyway, so let us continue on with what I'm doing here now, because we have other things to talk about besides that. And one of those things I want to talk about besides that, you realize, well, first of all, let me tell you who the winners are. The winners of the Montgomery Advertiser Student of the Week is Elizabeth Johnson, Loveless Academic Magnet Program High School. She got 54.62% of the vote, otherwise known as 45,538 votes. Now, before I start putting it on the air, then we get these kind of numbers, right? Because I'm the man. I put it on the airways, and now at least we got people going there voting for them. Other people came in second was Grayson Gazelle from Prattville High School. He got 44.71%. And unfortunately, Makia Austin at Sydney Lanier School got 0.67%. Hey, try again, and you may be able to do better than this. Okay? But Grayson Gazelle got 37,275 votes, and Makia Austin Sydney Lanier only got 557. So we got one person got, according to them, 45,538 votes. The other second place got 37,275 votes. Okay, So anyway, now Monday it ought to come out. They ought to have another one. I want to see more than 3 people on this. There are a lot of kids out there. I mean, if there was a football championship, we get everybody in town on it. Okay, I'm just saying we might want to. We might want to. Bring that up. Again, why can't you get a human being on the telephone and Montgomery advertiser? I don't know, but I won't stop trying. All you do is get a merry-go-round. Now, here's something right here that I think a lot of parents will have to pay a whole lot of attention to this court case. Okay. Okay. And oh, somebody sent me another number too. We'll see. But see, this is the problem. We ought to be able to look in the phone book, look online, and find a number to the Montgomery advertiser that actually talks to somebody in Montgomery. Okay? But we can't do that. You got to have special numbers, and you got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody else. Okay? But here's something that I think we as a society in America better get back to. This week, 2 parents, last week, one parent got found guilty of manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, because their child went to school and shot 4 people. Okay. Now I'm all for parents being held accountable for the actions of their children. But we as a society are going to have to figure out, are we going to allow parents to raise their children and to whoop that butt when it needs to be whooped, okay, without fear of the police coming to your house? You have got to allow parents to employ the discipline they need to employ on their child. And every child is not the same. Now, I've only smacked my kids twice. And all the years I've been born, only twice. And it's a little bitty stuff. Emmanuel, I smacked him once. That got his mind right. And Jarrell, I only smacked him once. I felt guilty about that. He did something I didn't want him to do. No, he wouldn't do something I wanted him to do, and I just had to smack him and get some attention. But as I thought about it, I may have been wrong on that one. But as you see, we don't have to beat him and all that stuff, but I'm all right with holding parents responsible. But you can't hold parents responsible if every time you discipline your child, you can get on the phone and call 911 and have the police at your door. Okay? So we'd like to make our minds up. We're gonna hold parents 100% accountable. Now here, to me, this ought to be the exception. If I have called the government official, if I've called DYS, if I've called the district attorney, but my child is not doing what he's supposed to do, I've done all I could, and it is a documented, these things are documented, then I don't know how you can hold the parents responsible for stupid things their kids do. But if there has been no record, and it is a known fact that you don't monitor your kids, you don't ask where they've been, or you never talk to them, if that's a fact, then I say, yeah, you are culpable, at least to some extent. These parents can get 15 years in jail. I think that's kind of harsh, because if your kid is old, if a kid can be treated as an adult at 16 years old, then at 16 years old, I think that child becomes, if he's responsible for whatever he does. Okay, but under 16, okay, I think maybe parents ought to be held around. But if they've tried, they've documented, they've called the DA, they called the DYS, they did all this thing, and the kids still won't listen, then what you do is you have an emancipate. Okay, see, But anyway, it's an interesting thing. What morning is this? Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the culprit goes to the extent of 18 years in jail. I don't know. That's kind of harsh. Yeah, yeah. But I do believe, yeah, it does. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you contribute to the delinquency of a minor. Yeah. Okay. It could. It could. It could. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to, and kids have always fought in school. So I tell Jarrell sometimes, it don't bother me when kids fight in school. Kids have always fought in school. What bothers me is grown people don't handle that and either send the child home or tell his parents or something like that. And then it bothers me. Yeah, right, right. And they looking at the teacher like she did something wrong. You know. Yeah, yeah, they will be. Hey, appreciate it. 860-1440 is your number here. Want to give us a call? To what extent should parents be held reliable for their children's actions? I say none after 16, but anything below 16, yeah, you parents are on that one. Good morning, you're on air. Morning. Well, it can't be disciplining them too much and buy them a gun. They're not worried. They're not worried about the child retaliating anyway. They're gonna buy a child a gun. I don't know. I don't know. Right, right. I'm with that. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. All I know is that I do believe that parents need to take some responsibility for the stupid things their kids do. But I do believe that 16 years old, if when you are the age to know the difference between right and wrong, that should be on you. And at 16, you know the difference. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, you need to be responsible for that too. You know, oh, well, that's true too. But again, again though, if you give a child a set of keys to a car at 16, and which is nothing but a bullet going down the road, then doggone it, they ought to be responsible. The minute you get a driver's license, old enough to get a driver's license, then you ought to be held 100% responsible for your actions. Ain't that the truth? I did, and I did that. I did that to Emmanuel one day. Emmanuel left out of the house. You know, I didn't know the difference between a permit and a driver's license because they looked just alike to me. He showed it to me. And, okay, that's good. Well, he walked out of the house, gets in a nice Infinity, and goes down the road. And that night didn't have the lights on, so the police stopped him. Now, I didn't know it was a permit. He said, because the mama helped me get it. I said, well, you got a permit? Yeah. So I took the car. 2 days later, sold the car. So he began to walk from that day on. Yeah. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah, I made the boy walk. Listen, you're not going to get me hurt when you driving the car. And you know, okay, first of all, there should be something on the permit that the state of Alabama gets that automatically identifies it as a permit to drive, not a driver license. We need to put a red X on it or something because I looked at it and it looked like a driver's license to me. Okay, I'm just saying. Let's take a break, and we'll be back. Uno momento. Because we ought to be able to see 8 feet away, whether that is a driver's license or a permit. Yeah. I'm going to tell the government about that. Woo! You know, one of my favorite shows on TV is Walker.
The Play 60, United Way, and NFL helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day. To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Are you guys looking at everything? Brought to you by United Way and the Ad. Smart, witty, and
Okay, we're live. We're in person. The Whitewater thing. Okay, I don't know where curmudgeon is in the morning, but that's okay. It looks like the Whitewater opens for the season with new events, and so hopefully this will be the beginning of with the Whitewater thing. Now, I'm not really, I'm not out of my little water, drink, taking a bath. I don't even anymore. Yeah, I just like take a shower. Let the water keep moving. Okay, don't whatever. I'm good, but I don't mind. I'm gonna try it one time with the Whitewater thing. Okay. Now, if it happens that I don't do the whole thing and I end up drowning or something, no. Let me put on a water vest or something. Okay, good. So I'll try it. I'm gonna go through there because I'm an adventurous, right? I can jump out of an airplane and I ride a little waterway. Okay, I'm just saying I'll ride a little waterway. So, okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay. So, let me know, Doug Singleton. Me and Doug gonna be in the same boat. Okay, and now all I ask is y'all take a chain and hook me up to the canoe or whatever it is you guys use. I just want to, so just in case the thing does turn over, y'all can still find the brother. Okay, that's all I'm asking. Just make sure you hook my chain to the boat. Okay, the Whitewater thing. But I will go down there at least one time. All right. Hey, good morning. Who's this? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I go down there with him. Wouldn't be a problem. Well, I gotta know what it is. Well, I haven't seen it yet because I've been looking for it, but it's like one of those things you use. Yeah, right. It's like one of those things you use in the swimming pools at home. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm telling you, baby. Well, let me get with Doug because I'm a paratrooper, baby. That ain't nothing that scares me except being broke. Other than that, I'm good. Yeah, what's that? Good morning. Who's this? 932. Yes. Now, which article is that? Oh yeah. It's online. Yeah, it's online. It's a good article too. There's a bunch of pictures and everything. It's online. Let me find out on my next break exactly what's the title of it. And you may go into the advertiser and do a search. Don't call nobody because you can hardly reach anybody. Do a search or I'll find out where it is because I did see it. As a matter of fact, great article, and they actually spent some time writing about her. So it wasn't one of those 2-line things. It was a good article. But let me find out where it is. But it is in there. Put love, just put love in there, just love in there, something like that, and you ought to be able to find it. Okay. All right, but before I get off the air, I'll try to find exactly where it is. All right. Good morning. Who's this? Well, I want to be tied to the floaty. just in case. Yeah. Just in case everybody falls out the boat. I want somebody to be able to find me. That's right. Y'all don't mind doing that, brother. Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate you. Y'all think I ain't scared. Again, the only thing that scares me is being broke. But other than that, I'm brave. I mean, I'm scared of heights, but I still jump out of birds. I still jump out of airplanes. So I ain't that. I'm not a wolf. I'm a man. And I think I did probably get the numbers for Brad Harper over at the advertiser. So you just got to know people and all that stuff. That's what I had to call it. Yeah. But there ought to be a local line that people can call and hear Montgomery, the Montgomery advertiser, and talk to somebody that is local. Okay? I mean, I don't want to talk to anybody overseas in China, India, Korea, wherever they happen to be at. I love them folks, but I don't want to talk to right over there about something that bothers me in Montgomery, Alabama. That's all I'm saying. I want to Brad a Democrat. He sounds like a Democrat in his editorial. It sounds like that, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay. He's the executive director and editor of the Montgomery Advertiser, where he directs news coverage and oversees daily operations. A Troy University graduate and a lifelong River Region resident. Well, that's a good thing. That's one thing he got in his favor. Harper joined the Advertiser in 1999 when he was named news director in March 2023. So, okay, that's good. So he's a Montgomery guy, or at least a River Region guy. So that's good. Okay, so that's fine. Whatever you want to do. I gotta find this article about this lady, about Miss Love. They did a good article on the other day, and I think the Advertiser online has a place where you can search for things if you need to search. Yes, that's Love, Miss Love TV. Okay, so can we find her here? Okay, I'm still there. I'm still there. But somewhere, it's in there. I saw it the other day. That's another thing. See, if you could call somebody down there and get the information, or get somebody to tell you where it is. And call somebody down there, but the folks in Iowa or the folks in India don't know who this Love is. But it's called Mama Love. So, it's a nice article about her in the paper. As a matter of fact, it kind of made me a little jealous. So I'm just saying, I'm jealous. A little bit. Now, we were talking about parents being responsible for their children's action. At a young, I'd say 16 and above, you're responsible for what you do. Below that, I do believe the parents should be responsible for what their kids do. And if you can't control your children at that age, then you need to call to get some help from the Department of Youth Services or the district attorney's office or somebody, and get some help with that child because you got some issues. Okay, but 16 and above, at that point, yeah, we can give you keys to a car, a 3,000-pound bullet, put you on the freeway where you can endanger many lives and be responsible for that. Yeah, you can be responsible for, and if we say the age of consent in Alabama is 14 years old, I think that's kind of young too, for you to consent to anything like doing that kind of thing. But at 16, yeah, I think you know the difference between right and wrong. Anybody disagree with me out there? I think we're right along. All right, what else is going on? Okay, so Whitewater's going to get started this weekend, I guess. I guess we're going to get started this weekend. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Now, what else is going on? Let's see what else is going on. Oh, here's one. Here's one. Oh, my Lord, here's one. West Point, which is one of our premier military institutions for our officers. Okay, I mean, you go to West Point, you automatically get a pass on a lot of things. I mean, you are the man, because West Point don't play. Okay, you either cut the mustard, okay, or they're gonna give you a hot dog and say see you later. Okay, so West Point. Listen, it's every officer's dream to at least to be part of West Point. I mean, West Point is historically has been the place that trained some of the best officers in the history of our military. So, needless to say that I am surprised of what they're doing to the mission statement of West Point, which is just another indication that we are headed downstream fast. And so what am I talking about? Well, there are certain mottos that tell people a lot about you before they even meet you. Air Force, aim high. What does that mean? It means don't hang low, okay? Like Benjamin Elijah May said, reach for the stars. But if you fall amongst the moon, you're still pretty high. The Coast Guard says Semper Paratus. You know what that means? It means, Semper Paratus means, boy, I say it every morning. Semper Paratus, I can't believe, okay, my brain's going blank here. We'll get to that one later. Semper Fi means always faithful. Oh, Semper Paratus means always ready. Okay, that is a motto of the Coast Guard. The Army, we get confused about ours, but it used to be an army of one. And then it was, we do more by 9 o'clock than most people do all day. Okay, and a couple other things. And one was Army Strong. But those sayings should bring out, it gives you some idea of what we stand for. Well, West Point, at one point in time, I mean, you know, when the new officer came in and he came in for West Point, we knew we had to retrain him because he was going to be tough. He was going to be strictly by the book, and the book is good in the classroom. It's good. You learn theories and things. That's good in the classroom. But when you're out there in the bush at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out which way is north, listen, you need to know more than what's in that book. You need to figure out how to get the boys home. Okay. And so some of that book stuff is all right in the classroom, but not in real. But we knew when we got an officer from West Point that he was going to be ready to roll. Okay. We knew that. We knew he was going to be in physical shape. We knew that he was going to be a hard charger. I mean, we just knew that. So that's why give me an officer from Alabama State, okay, from ROTC. Because I never wanted getting one from West Point mean PT was going to be hell for a little while, okay? But that's okay. That's okay. But the one thing, there's a part of the West Point mission statement that I would never think would they ever mess with. And they have, because of political correctness. It is political correctness is doing to this country what no enemy has ever done, and that is defeat us. Okay? What did they do? What is so egregious about what West Point has done to their motto? Well, I'm going to tell you. Okay? When I come back, I'm going to tell you. And if you're an officer out there, you're a West Pointer out there, you listen to our show this morning, you've been there, I think you will agree. Right after this.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Rain and thunderstorms are likely during the day today. Some of those could be strong to severe, with high wind gusts and hail the main threats. In addition, of course, to heavy rain and lightning. Temperatures will be in the 70s before the rain gets here. We dry out this evening. Tonight is dry. We're down into the low 60s. Tomorrow is also dry, mid-70s, mostly cloudy, or more rain tomorrow night through the day on St. Patrick's Day. No severe risk with that.
That's First Alert Forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Avery on News Radio 1440. Montgomery, Prattville, Selma, Millbrook, Wetumpka, Tallahassee, Auburn, Opelika. Are you ready for your lucky break? Then today is your lucky day. I want to help you shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car you deserve. And you can save up to $3,737 based on the price of the car you pick. Plus, my inventory is doubling and doubling over and over. It's me, Matt Varsity, at Budget Car and Truck Sales Montgomery. We've got the biggest selection of nicer, newer cars this side of the Emerald Coast. If you want a nicer, newer car, van, or SUV, I want to help you shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car. You could save $3,777. Listen, with my other people credit approval process, getting approved is so easy, you'll be dancing a jig. Come on down and get lucky, and you can shamrock and roll out in a nicer, newer car you deserve. Savings up to $3,777 based on the price of the car you pick. But hurry, this deal is done once I've helped 137 people get lucky. I'm Matt Hartley. I'm your dealer for the people. Make your own luck at 61 Mendel Parkway, just off Atlanta Highway. BudgetSaysYes.com. That's BudgetSaysYes.com.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping, and just groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Elevate your outdoor living space this year using stone. TanSite has developed stone decking, crafted without any plastic composite material to redefine durability. Visit TanSite.com to see how stone decking doesn't scratch, stays cooler, isn't slippery, and has all the durability you would expect from stone, which is why it's guaranteed for life. At TanSite.com, you will see how we develop stone to easily transform any ordinary wood deck. You can even make your deck waterproof for a dry space below. Versatile and adaptable, TanSite is perfect for decks, stairs, over concrete, or ground applications. Visit TanSite.com to start planning your project with a free 3D design and construction plan tailored to your space. Order a sample today to witness the incredible beauty and durability firsthand at TanSite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
You can set reminders, make a grocery list, look up random facts and info in seconds.
Okay, we're back. Before I get to anything, we've been talking about that article in Montgomery Advertising, and my good friend sent me the article, and I don't know what the last that word was, but it's in women's, it's in a part of the title is, and you can actually go, let me see, you can actually go on Google and type it in, but it's in, let me see if I can find it right there. Okay, Women's History Month, as a matter of fact. Okay. Women's History Month, it says Women's History Month, Alabama veteran leaned on faith during military service. Okay, and it starts out the year with 1970, 18-year-old Ava to Love Lewis had a bag sleepily packed, going to the military, and grandma didn't, nobody else was going but her. There's a great story, and got a bunch of pictures of her in there, and it tells a great story. So, we're going to look at it's called Women's in Montgomery Advertiser, Women's History Month, Alabama veteran lean on faith during military service. And if you can't find the faith, well, they don't, again, they don't have pages on this. But you can go to Google and type in Alabama veteran lean on faith during military service, and it will take you right. And the reporter is Shannon Houtel, H-E-U-T-E-L. I believe that is Shannon Houtel, or something like that. And it was written March 13th, just a couple of days. So you can check it out. Good morning, who's this? Well, is it tomorrow? Oh, well, okay, that may be a little too. I gotta plan it, brother. I gotta plan. I didn't know it was tomorrow. I'm not lying, but I did, but I gotta get some preparation time. I didn't know it was that quick, man. I gotta prepare for it. I gotta get my mind psychologically prepared to do it. Okay, come on, man. But if Doug will get it, I will go down there with him. If it has to be tomorrow, I can do it tomorrow. Okay, that's right. Make sure you put something on my neck though. Give me one of them head things and a towel so I can dry off. I know I'm going in the water. I just believe it. But anyway, so much for that. Okay, and again, Women's History Month. Alabama veteran lean on faith in the military service. Which is like when we advertise it, you can put that in there, and it would be in the zip code. We got on the first page, it's got a little spyglass there, right next to the temperature. Put it in there and type in Women's History Month, and you'll find the article. It's there. It's a really nice article too, as a matter of fact. So you snuck in the article without telling anybody. And this weekend, the judge gave me a choice. Hey, you want some bars or you want some army? So that was like an easy choice. That's now let's get back to West Point, one of the premier military preparedness schools in the history of the United States of America. And what have they done to embarrass me? Okay, they have lost my respect. And what did they do? What do you think they did? They embarrassed the hell out of me. Okay, and I'm not even a West Point. Okay, I know where it is, but I wasn't smart enough to do it. I could do it now. If I lived there. But anybody know what they did? Anybody? Oh, you already know. You will be a little upset too. This. Okay, I hear you. Anyway, okay, but I'm gonna tell you what they did. There's got to be somebody that went to West Point to live in this town that listens to this show. There's got to be somebody. Okay. So, anybody out there went to West Point? Okay. Of course, this is beautiful. Is there an airport? Anybody know the name of it? So, West Point, I guess it's an Army guy. Okay. Good morning. It's in New York. Yeah. Okay, but I need to get somebody else in there for a second. Good morning. Hey, I love West Point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Listen. Listen. I didn't do it. The guy who runs West Point did it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's true. All right, brother. Okay, I know I do. I'm gonna give it to you in a minute. Good morning. Well, they probably have always had that kind of thing. And they did the right thing because we don't know about it, and that's true. Here's what West Point did. I only got a couple minutes. West Point has a motto that every member that ever wore that uniform, regardless of service, whatever, and it is duty, honor, and country. They have stricken that from the West Point mission statement. Duty, honor, and country has been replaced by two words. Okay. West Point Superintendent Army Lieutenant Colonel Steve Gillen on Monday announced a new mission statement for the venerable institution that replaces the words duty, honor, and country. There's never been a soldier that I think who did not know that. You say those words, whatever position we have to be in, we meant it. I'll tell you what it replaces it with. Good morning, who's this? Yeah, Dad, are we going swimming or what? What are we going to do? Yeah. Well, out of all three of us, I'm the only guy that's going to look good in the Speedo. Did you go? Have I lost you? Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm the only guy in the Speedo that would look good in that situation. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Well, but I need more than a day, a couple of hours notice. I got to prepare for that, man. Got to do some push-ups. Yeah, so the body looks good. Yeah, I just can't do it in the morning. Yeah, well, we gonna do it. No, I don't think. Yeah, I think it would. Yeah. But now, Don, if you'll be there in the morning, I'll show up. Yeah. Okay, and he won't be there in the morning. Okay. But let's make a date for the summer's hour. Before the summer's over, we go down there, put on that hat thing, put on the big old coat and the big old whatever thing. Yeah, we go for that. Yeah. Okay. Hey, appreciate it. I got to give people the rest of this. What did West Point replace duty, honor, and country with? What did they do? Okay. And it's not bad, but it just doesn't have the same it doesn't have the same emphasis on duty, honor, and country. And Lieutenant, be my little okay. Lieutenant General, yeah. He replaced it with Army values. Really? Do you actually believe with some of the values of the United States Army today, where you go in named George and you come out named Joan, or you come in named Joan and you come out named George? Do you really believe that those are the Army values we want to put across our tombstone if we should die in battle? But if you put the words duty, honor, and country, that means a hell of a lot more than DEI, okay, or some other crap that we use in the military today. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. So our military is going to pot like everything else is. How can you possibly replace to a military man? You asking him to go in harm's way, perform his duty, do it honorable, and do it for his country, and you replace that with Army values. Who the hell values you talking about? What a wuss. Take the stars away. Take him a private one. Anyway, I gotta go now. That makes me mad. Okay then. Well, see you guys later. See you. The good Lord says the same on Monday. Good. Good.
busy weekend from spring break for some to Patrick's Day and a lot of events happening all around our area. This weekend, the FLE Rodeo